Welcome to the first ever deep dive into the world of X-ray security.
Oh, wow.
We're going to cut through all the noise out there and bring you the insights you really need from the most interesting sources. This week, we're diving into the biggest news stories. And let me tell you, there's a lot to unpack. AI integration, huge airport security contracts, even remote screening possibilities. It's been a whirlwind.
Oh, it has.
Yeah.
It's been a busy week.
It sure has. So let's kick things off with Athena Security. They've just launched this new AI-powered thing called Workforce Multiplier. It's a system that brings together AI weapons detection and AI X-ray scanning. Now, it sounds like a lot of jargon, but believe me, it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I think what makes this so interesting is the potential impact on staffing, and how efficient things can be. Imagine just one operator managing both systems at the same time. This integration could completely change how security operates, especially when resources are already stretched thin.
For sure. And it's not just about doing more with less.
Right.
This integrated system. It's got way better accuracy.
Oh, wow.
When it labels threats.
Okay.
Meaning fewer false alarms.
Yeah.
And way faster response times.
Yeah. That increased speed and accuracy could be really important, especially for busy areas like airports or stadiums.
Exactly. Now, speaking of airports, Customs and Border Protection, or CBP, they are rolling out brand new X-ray scanners. At ports of entry, they're starting with the Anzalduas International Bridge. It's all about boosting security.
Yeah.
And hopefully making those crazy long holiday travel lines a little bit shorter.
Well, it is a tough balance they're trying to strike. The holidays always bring a surge in travel, and CBP is trying to make sure screening is efficient, but without compromising safety.
Right.
They're also encouraging travelers to use tools, like the CBP One app and their website, to stay updated and hopefully make the whole process a little bit smoother.
Okay, so we've got AI making security operations smoother and CBP getting ready for the holiday travel rush. But wait, there's more. OSI Systems just got a massive contract, $27 million, to provide airport security solutions to an international customer.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's huge for OSI Systems. It really shows they can provide a whole package of security technologies, making them a major player in the global aviation security market.
And this isn't just any old equipment. We're talking cutting-edge systems. RTT 110, Orion 920ZCT, Orion 928DX, and Itemizer 5X. This is a complete terminal security upgrade, likely driven by the need to address, evolving threats.
Yeah.
And improve the passenger experience.
Yeah, that's a key point here. Passenger experience. Airports aren't just about security. They're businesses too. They need to find that sweet spot where security is strong, but not so much that it creates long lines and frustrates travelers.
So it's not just about catching the bad guys. It's about keeping things moving for everyone else. Speaking of keeping things moving, this next story might blow your mind. There's a new system. It's called Gigaplex. It lets you do real-time remote screening of airport X-ray images.
Whoa. Now this is where things get really interesting. The potential of remote screening.
Look,
it's a game changer.
Right. Think about it. The person looking at those X-ray images could be miles away from the actual checkpoint.
Yeah.
This could really help with staffing shortages, especially at smaller airports.
Yeah.
And even allow for more centralized security expertise.
Imagine a scenario where you have a highly trained specialist at a central location, analyzing images from multiple airports at the same time. This could lead to better consistency and more accurate threat detection. It's fascinating development.
Yeah,
with a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does open up so many possibilities. But we can't forget about the human element, even with all this incredible tech. Technology is only as good as the people using it.
Right. That's a great point. As these systems get more and more complex, you need highly skilled security people who can actually operate them and interpret all that data.
Exactly. It's not just about turning on a machine. It's about really understanding the details of threat analysis, recognizing suspicious patterns, and then making those tough judgment calls.
So for anyone listening who's thinking about a career in security, now is the time to invest in those technical skills and really dig deep into threat assessment.
For sure. The need for highly trained security professionals, it's only going to keep growing, especially as technology advances.
Well, we've talked AI, remote screening,
yeah,
and the importance of human expertise. What other trends are you seeing in the X-ray security market?
One thing that I find really interesting is the move toward what we call integrated security ecosystems.
Yeah.
Instead of having these separate standalone X-ray systems, we're starting to see a more holistic approach where X-ray technology is combined with other security measures.
So it's like connecting the dots. You're not just looking at what the X-ray machine sees. You're taking that information and putting it together with data from video analytics, access control systems, maybe even biometric data to create like a much bigger picture of the security situation.
Exactly. It's all about using data from multiple sources to improve awareness and make threat detection better and enable those faster response times.
It sounds like this could change the game in terms of being proactive about security.
Yeah, it definitely has that potential. By using all that data, security professionals can see patterns, anticipate potential threats, and use their resources more efficiently.
Good. Let's switch gears for a second. Let's talk about cybersecurity. As X-ray systems get more connected and more reliant on data, they also become more vulnerable to cyber attacks.
Absolutely. That's an important point. And a cyber attack on a security system could have some serious consequences. Imagine hackers disrupting airport operations, or even worse, changing data to allow dangerous things through screening.
Yeah, that's a scary thought. So what are we doing to protect ourselves against this growing cyber threat?
Well, manufacturers are stepping up by making their systems more secure. Things like encryption, multi-factor authentication, and intrusion detection systems. And there's also a big focus on training security personnel to recognize and respond to potential cyber threats.
That sounds like a constant battle to stay ahead of the bad guys.
Yeah, you could say that. Cybersecurity is not an option anymore. It's a must-have for any security strategy.
Okay, so we've covered a lot, from AI to cybersecurity and everything in between. But I'm curious, what are your predictions for the X-ray security market?
Right.
Where do you see things going in the next 5 to 10 years?
Predicting the future of technology is always tough, but I think there are a few trends we can definitely expect.
I'm all ears.
Okay, first, I think we're going to see physical security and cybersecurity continue to merge. As systems become more connected, the line between those two will just keep blurring. We're going to need solutions that can handle both physical and cyber threats in a truly integrated way.
So it's not just about keeping the physical infrastructure safe, but also the data that flows through it.
That's right. It's about understanding that security is a multidimensional challenge.
Okay, I get it. What else is on the horizon?
Well, artificial intelligence and machine learning are going to become even more important. For X-ray security, we're already using AI to improve image analysis and automate threat detection. But that's just the start. As AI gets smarter, we can expect even more incredible uses for it.
So we're talking about X-ray systems that are not only more accurate and efficient, but also more intelligent and adaptable.
Exactly. Systems that can learn from data, identify patterns, and maybe even anticipate threats before they even happen.
That's amazing. But also a little bit scary, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I understand. It's natural to be a little cautious about AI taking on a bigger role, especially in security. But it's important to remember that AI is just a tool. It's up to us to make sure it's developed and used responsibly.
Okay, so we've got the merging of physical and cybersecurity and the growing influence of AI. Any other predictions you want to share?
One more. This one might be the most out there, but I think we're moving toward personalized and predictive security solutions.
Personalized and predictive. I'm not sure I get it. What does that look like when it comes to X-ray security?
Okay, so imagine a system that goes beyond just spotting potential threats. It actually figures out the risk level of each person going through security. It could consider things like their travel history, their behavior patterns, maybe even their social media activity, to create a personalized risk profile.
So instead of treating everyone the same, we're moving toward a system that adjusts based on how risky each person seems.
Exactly. It's all about making smart decisions, using data about who to screen, how to screen them, and what level of security is needed.
I can see how that would be super effective. But it also raises a lot of ethical questions.
Absolutely. There are definitely challenges, both technical and ethical, that we need to solve before we can use a system like that. But I really believe this is where we're headed. The future of security is about personalization, prediction, and ultimately, prevention.
It's a really interesting look into the future, but it definitely gives us a lot to think about.
It sure does.
You know, it's amazing to see how fast all this technology is changing, but we should also remember that not everyone is excited about the X-ray security market. You know, there are some concerns about privacy and what could happen if data is misused.
Yeah, absolutely. As these technologies become a bigger part of our lives, we need to be talking about, the potential downsides. It's all about finding that balance between security and privacy.
Yeah, it's definitely a complex issue, But I'm glad that people are at least talking about it. It shows that the industry is taking those ethical challenges seriously.
I agree. We're moving past just being excited about new technology and starting to think about the bigger picture.
Well, it's clear that the X-ray security market is anything but boring. It's a dynamic field, full of innovation and opportunities. And as we talked about, some real challenges too.
It's been great exploring all of this with you. I hope our listeners found this deep dive into the X-ray security market informative and interesting.
For sure. And to everyone listening out there, thanks for joining us on this first deep dive into the world of X-ray security. We'll be back next week with another look at the biggest news and insights from this rapidly changing field. Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and stay safe.